It's the 5 most fascinating people in Swift Current. Proudly sponsored by the Swift Current Mall, the Center at 1 and 4, Moose World Inc., the Lyric Theatre, Swift Current's home for the performing arts, the Prairie Post, Prairie Life, Prairie People, and by Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you.
Swift Current Mall is a proud partner of this program, which showcases 5 fascinating individuals. These individuals have made Swift Current their home, and they've made major contributions towards the community.
In today's spotlight, Paul Rezansoff, whose lifelong calling has been to promote the arts in his community and beyond. As a young sculptor and teacher of art in 1969, Paul Rezansoff was disappointed to learn that his new home in Swift Current did not possess an art gallery, a place where his students could both showcase their work and view the work of other local and visiting artists. Joining the newly formed Allied Arts Council that year, it soon became a priority for both Paul and the Arts Council he served. Already involved with the organizational side of the arts through a number of committees that dealt with curriculum studies for the fine arts in Saskatchewan, it was through these contacts that Paul first learned of a way they could possibly reach their goal.
When we first looked at getting an art gallery, I was fortunate to be able to be at a conference that said that we can get a grant for an art gallery. Came back to Swift Current and suddenly we had an art gallery. And just a year or so earlier, people would say it'll never happen in your lifetime, sort of thing. And that happened. And we have been the benefactors, the community has been the benefactors of the art gallery in the process. The gallery was very close to my heart in the sense of needing a gallery and wanting a gallery in the community to be able to offer that to students in the school and to the community at large. It's a surprising place because you look at the prairies and you look at what people do for a living, and they're hardworking and they're involved in raising cattle and raising grain and everything else, and you'd sort of say, well, the arts have got to be pretty far away from these people, and yet there have been opera houses in Saskatchewan that were established when the province was established, sort of thing, and you kind of look at it and say, well, what's an opera house doing on the bald prairie when they're struggling for an existence, and yet opera is being considered as a very significant part of the community.
Here in Swift Current, music has had its own long-standing tradition, first with the Overture concert series of the 50s, 60s, and early 70s, followed by the Stars for Saskatchewan concert series, an idea Paul helped to develop along the way with the Saskatchewan Arts Council, a series that helped to improve both the level and the quality of performances enjoyed.
The Saskatchewan Arts Council is where we started a series in the province, and that has grown from 8 arts councils in the province to over 60 at one point, so there was a demand for it and a need for it, and of course our Stars for Saskatchewan series, which was begun in the 70s, caught on in a big way, and now we're running 9 concerts a year and doubling up on some concerts now, so it's been quite a go.
With his involvement with the Saskatchewan Arts Council came a long list of organizations that Paul volunteered for and was asked to serve on both the provincial and national level.
It was a bit of a snowball effect, and you started out, I got involved with the organization of Saskatchewan Arts Councils, and then the Saskatchewan Society for Education Through Art, and the Saskatchewan Arts Board, and the Saskatchewan Council of Cultural Organizations, and it went from one to the other in the sense of dealing with various things. And when you get into the workings of the various organizations, there's a tendency to pick on people who will do things, and you end up with being in those kinds of positions.
Positions Paul achieved numerous recognitions for, including the Queen's Silver Jubilee Medal in 1977, Golden Jubilee Medal in 2002, a Saskatchewan Volunteer Medal in 1996, and more recently, Swift Current Citizen of the Year Award in 2008. Recognition that was highlighted the day the Order of Canada was bestowed on him in February of 2001.
You kind of look at it, it's a fairly significant recognition of what you're doing. You must be doing something right in the process to be recognized nationally as for what you're about. And in a sense, I feel that I have been the one that's been identified, but it's part of the movement that's happened in our community in the sense of the organization that I've worked with and all these ventures are not a one-person situation. It's you usually have somebody that leads, but you also have to have the people that support the situation. The people that say that what you're doing is important, we want to attend, we want to support, we want to be part of the situation. That's what makes the whole thing come together.
Today, Paul's work in promoting the arts continues both as a member of the Tourism Swift Current Board and through his continued involvement with the Allied Arts Council, where he played a pivotal role in the building of Swift Current's newest performing arts facility, the Sky Center, built in partnership with SIGA and the Living Sky Casino, a building that has taken performing arts in Swift Current to a whole new level.
The cafetorium served us well for close to 40 years in the process, from 69 to 2009 sort of thing. So that gives you an idea of how long it's been there. It's been a functional facility, but it didn't really have the comforts that an audience would like to have, to be able to see, to be able to hear, to be able to sit in comfortable seats, and of course the staging facilities and so on. So we've always been struggling in a sense of trying to get a facility that would better serve the arts in the process. So certainly the Sky Center has come a big way to answering that question.
On February 14, 2009, the culmination of those years of struggle was realized with a grand opening celebration, which welcomed the world-renowned Von Trapp family children to the stage.
Certainly some people could say it could be larger and could be this and could be that, but it's pretty impressive as far as the facilities are concerned, with the technical facilities on stage and the seating and all of that comes with it. The acoustics are great, the lighting system is wonderful, and you know, so we've made a big step forward in the process, and it's very satisfying to be part of the situation, and maybe it's one of the reasons why it's hard to let go.
Now, having seen many accomplishments in his lifetime, Paul says there are still some things he would like to see come to light, like a grand piano for the Sky Center and the ability to bring in larger shows for all to enjoy. And as far as retiring from his volunteer duties,
well, I guess you talk about these things now and then, and you sort of debate as to whether you should go on and you should retire, and then you run into people who say they don't have anything to do when they retire. And I suppose when you kind of look at it, it's the satisfaction of being able to do things and being able to achieve things that sort of drives you in the process. So we're getting close to reaching that point. I don't quite know as to how soon or when it will be, but we'll see what happens.
Paul Rezansoff, one of the 5 most fascinating people in Swift Current.